Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sports Obviously.
Spoilers, obviously.
I am your host, Joel, and with us today, as always, Moses Moon.
Hello, everyone. It is I, Moses Moon.
What's up? What's up?
Not much, man. Just keeping things real with a little bit of Harry Potter. Ooh.
Yeah, Hogwarts: A Legacy.
It's amazing.
So, according to the internet, since you were playing the game, you are transphobic. You know that.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because they have trans and gay characters in here too. So it's like, I don't know what people are complaining about. It's exactly how everybody does fan fiction and everything else. It's like you got what you get, and this game is so outside the OG story. It's like, it's just nothing to worry about. I mean, I think it's beautiful. The graphics are fun. It's a whole story. I have, I guess, a last gen motherboard, and so I had to bend over backwards, upgrade, but it's the beauty of knowing how to build your own computer. But nonetheless, all that to say, I'm so enthralled by the story, and it just feels like how Jedi Fallen Order was like true and like of the spirit of the story that we want to make it canon. This feels so absolutely in the spirit of this world, and it's really just a genuinely intriguing, magical, fun, and I highly recommend it.
Awesome. Well, I really want to play the game. I sadly don't have the capability of doing it since I don't have a computer or to play the game or PlayStation or whatever. I do have a Nintendo Switch, so I'm waiting until July.
Hey, you know what else is a game and potentially on the Switch though that you could play?
What?
Well, no, it's a PS. Never mind. You couldn't play it on the Switch, but Last of Us is a video game.
Yeah, but I don't think it's available on Nintendo.
No, it would not be. But you know what? They have made a series about The Last of Us, and that's how we are here, I guess.
Yeah. Before we jump into The Last of Us, what house did you pick in the Hogwarts Legacy?
Oh, Ravenclaw for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, listen, I did the quiz outside a while ago. It was Ravenclaw, and then when I went back to do it a couple years later, of course now it's official, so you sign in, and then it put me in fucking Gryffindor, and I was like, get the hell out of here. I was a Ravenclaw, and I feel like I know, like I'm nerdy as fuck, so it's like that's where I belong. And then then I deleted my account when I got this game. And I took the quiz again, got Ravenclaw, and I also for my Patronus got a heron, which is the exact tattoo I have on my body. So it's like, that's fucking rad. That I wasn't expecting that. Which, by the way, doing these quizzes, you can link them to your Steam account, and you can get those things in the game. So
yeah,
it's brilliant.
I also did the quiz, and
Oh,
I am a Ravenclaw. I did it several years ago.
okay. You
I
have to
told
do it
myself,
again, man.
yeah, I'll have to do it again. But I told myself, like, hey, if I get the game whenever I play, I'll probably do a Ravenclaw. But as we all know, now that the game is out, they do tell us it's very important which house you choose because that will determine how your game will go.
Yeah, I'm gonna do multiple runs and play different
Houses.
angles. Yeah, I'm gonna do a good run of all the houses, like as a good character, and then I'm gonna do a bad run through all the houses as a bad,
Character.
snotty, yeah, ambitious character. And I'm gonna see what the consequences are for like using unforgivable magic, but I'm going to try to do my best to avoid casting a single spell, though I think I have a moral dilemma in the future. If I don't cast these spells, some student could die. I'm not quite sure.
I know. I am watching the game on YouTube, so yay.
Whose run are you watching?
MK Ice and Fire or something like that.
Okay, what house did they choose?
Ravenclaw.
Oh, really? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, Ravenclaw's the worst house. We get all the
I
bad side quests. I was like, okay, I don't know. I don't know any other the game
that's what I heard. I heard Ravenclaw is actually the worst house to choose in the game.
because
So
of the side quests,
I
or
have no idea. I didn't read the article or I didn't go into it very much, but I heard that that is the worst house to choose for the game.
what is
Um,
I? Fuck that. I don't care. I'm having a blast.
Yeah, that's what is important. I also heard that there's multiple different endings as the good
Mm,
character, bad character. Then you have the main ending, and then you also have like side endings, like different
mm.
alternative endings.
Oh gosh.
So
There's so much replay value, and it's such a huge game. And
mm,
also, Hogwarts feels like Hogwarts is magical to like walk through the
yeah,
halls and try and find where you need to go.
yeah, and because you also have the site, Pottermore,
Hmm.
and you can, like you said, you can connect the two of them. So
Hmm.
apparently there is a way to get the most powerful wand, obviously not the Elder Wand, but to get the most
You can
powerful.
choose your wand, like when
No, no.
you are
So
prompted.
no, so I'm saying in the Pottermore site, because you can
Oh, okay.
connect the two. So
Right.
if you do the Pottermore site and you answer specific questions in a specific way, you can
Right.
get the most powerful wand, not the Elder Wand, and then you can connect it to the game and you can use that wand in the game.
Interesting. I really like my wand. Like they give you an option to like switch it all up.
Customite. Yeah.
Not just customize, but change the heart of the wand, like the core, and to change the wood and all that.
What code did you take?
I have a Phoenix core. That's what I
Nice.
like. I did the quiz and I got a, what is it? If I this episode's not about The Last of Us, it's about Harry Potter. Surprise. Um
We are transphobic, phobic.
I got the Thornhill wood with a
Mm.
Phoenix core. Black thorn wood, excuse me, with a Phoenix core, 14 and a half inches, I guess, and has unyielding flexibility. So
Nice.
already it's been useful in combat because, like, I guess all of these have certain particular aspects, but the Petrugo, the like force field protecting spell, sometimes like if I don't,
Patronus.
no, not the Patronus, the it's like a force field thing.
Okay.
You can fight multiple characters at once. It's a lot of fun. The combat's great in this game, but then like sometimes I like will just field of vision. I'll be focused on a character and someone will snipe me from the side, but my Patron or Petruga will go up without me clicking it. I'm like, ha, hell yeah.
Nice.
So I guess everyone has certain traits or abilities. So I need to look into the mechanics of that. So we'll see.
Okay. We'll see. And once I'll be able to play the game on the Nintendo, I'll revisit this conversation in
Mm.
in 5 months from now. Yeah, so anyways, let's jump into thy episode. Today we are going to talk about The Last of Us season 1 episode 4. So this week is kind of a special week because we on the show we got 2 episodes in 1 week. The reason is because of the Super Bowl. At the time of the recording, we are after the Super Bowl, which means we're also after episode 5. We both have watched episode 5, but we are not going to talk about episode 5.
It's really good. My favorite episode of the AA series so far.
Yeah, it's episode 5 is a really good episode, but that, spoilers, we are talking about episode 4. So yeah, now we have a little problem here because in our podcast we are a week late when it comes to releasing the episodes.
Yep.
Now because they released episode 5 early, that means we are 2 weeks late now. So we'll have to see how we do this. But anyways, yeah, episode 4 is it's a filler episode. It's a slow episode.
Yeah.
Not a lot happens in this episode, and because I do watch the game only after I watch the episode, not a lot happens in the game as well. In the game itself, it's 2 hours. It's 2 hours of you just walking, you hiding, you just trying not to get caught, and you kill a few cordyceps, you kill a few people, but
Yep.
you mainly hiding. So it's like 2 hours of nothing happening in the game. How do we convert it into a TV show? And this is how they did it. So it's more or less the same vibe. Uh, but yeah, not a lot happens in the game and in the show. They do confirm that Bill is actually gay by Ellie finding his
Gay
Pornhub,
magazines.
his
Yeah.
gay magazine, his Playboy magazines.
It wasn't a
Yeah,
Playboy. It was like some gay magazine.
yeah, gay, a gay Playboy magazine, whatever. I know the names. I only know Playboy. So when it comes to magazines,
He's lying. He knows all the gay issues.
I have them all under my bed.
Your wife is thrilled about
Don't tell
it.
her. So yeah, no, that does confirm about Bill.
Hmm.
Um, Ellie also finds a
I mean,
magazine of
I don't think we
jokes.
needed to confirm that. We had a whole episode dedicated.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like when it comes to the show and the game, because
Fair enough.
in the game you don't see them having
Yeah, yeah.
sex, so it's
I
like
know.
in the game they alluded he might be gay.
Right, right. But we already know in the show.
Yeah. So
Uh,
last episode, like, is he actually gay? Like, compared to like in the game, they
oh, in
allude
the
to
game.
it.
Yeah, yeah,
They allude to it. So is this change really that relevant? So no,
yeah.
now with this magazine that does confirm, no, he is actually gay.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Ellie finds a book of puns, which was
she
hilarious.
which was hilarious, and she obviously does tell Joel some of the jokes, and at some
Hmm.
point he's like, no, no, stop, stop, and I think that was amazing because he's slowly opening up to her and he's starting to see her as like a daughter figure. And he's
Yeah.
like, no, I don't want this. I'm not okay with this. So he's like telling her to stop. But at the same time, he is still opening up to her and he also joins in on the joke.
Yep.
She gives him a joke and he answers it before she even finishes it.
Yeah. It was good. It was a good one too. So I was like, all right, hell yeah. I'm a fan, a sucker for a good pun.
Yeah. I think my favorite one was diarrhea is your DNA. It runs in your
It's in your
genes. Yeah.
yeah.
That was my
Diarrhea
favorite.
is runs in the family.
Yeah.
It runs in the genes, or
Yeah.
something like that. But they're both hilarious. Takes
It's
on it.
diarrhea is hereditary. It runs in your genes.
There it is.
Yeah.
Ding. So Ellie, yeah, they're driving in a truck. We find the magazine. She finds the book. They're wandering about. Then they have to drive through Kansas,
Mm-hmm.
and then they see a ploy set up by two guys trying to, or three guys, I guess. I don't know. See if they, help them. They say no because they just drive right through. They don't even dialogue with them. But then they get shot in the tires and they speed off into the side, one of the
Sunset.
side into a building, and then they have a shootout. And then as more guys arrive, they bug out after they've had a moment. I didn't like the one aspect because Joel is a really like smart dude, and the
Mm-hmm.
way he packs things, I would have thought he would have had a what you call like a bug out bag.
Mm-hmm.
And so like as he's because he knows they're gonna have to ditch the vehicle, and you can't take everything with you. But I thought he was gonna grab something, a bag that was prepared or something that like whatever. But no, he just runs off without anything, which I thought was a strike against his character, or at least the writing to some extent. I mean, yeah, they were caught up in the heat of things, but still, they wander off, and we get some backstory with what's going on in the compound, how it's been liberated from Fedra.
Mm-hmm.
We meet Kathleen, who's the leader of this resistance, and she has a hard on for trying to find a guy called Henry, who we don't meet in this episode.
Well, we do by the end of the episode.
Oh yeah, but we don't know that. In fact, no, we only meet Sam.
Yeah.
Anyhow, let's see what else happens.
So
Basically nothing. Kathleen's a mad bitch.
yes, so you did skip something I did want to mention, and
Which
that
was,
is Ellie shooting the guy.
oh
And
yeah, she shot the guy in the spine. Fuck.
yeah, so that is a huge difference from the game. In the game, she actually shoots him in the head. She kills him. And over here they change it. I don't know why they change it. I
I
spoke
like
with
it better.
I
She's
don't know.
never fired a firearm before. The
I,
likelihood of her not
actually,
hitting.
it's not true. She does tell us later that it's not her first time killing someone. And over here, like what I did like over here, what they did, it's here another reason for Joel to get close to her again. It's like it's not you, it's not your fault, it's me. I'm the one who killed her, killed the guy, not you. It's not fair
Yeah.
for you. You're just a kid. You shouldn't go through these things. So I understand why they did that change, but at the same time, it kind of shows that Ellie will hesitate. Like last episode, we saw her, take a knife, cut a cordyceps forehead. She sees like, yeah, the guy's gone, and then she kills him. Shows us if she needs to kill, she will kill. But that's like cordyceps. She will kill cordyceps. Has no problem with that. But here, it's a human who is not infected.
Yeah.
I can understand why she will hesitate, but at the same time, she sees this guy's trying to kill her.
hmm
So I don't know.
I mean, yes and no, but the thing is, like, I don't know how she killed someone in Fedra in her upbringing, but even then, it still doesn't matter. She's also using a different gun. She doesn't know how it works. Um, and there's a difference, and there's like, and Joel talks about how, like, she wounded him heavily, but she didn't kill the dude, so that was different. And not that that's okay in terms of like keeping your psyche sane, but like, or together, but it was something altogether. I liked that episode. It was like, it was a slow burner, but it was decent because not only was there some action, but we don't know what's going on in Kansas, and we're slowly being introduced to it. By the next episode, it kind of sets the stakes for what's going to happen, and
Yeah.
I thought it paid off pretty well. So therefore, its level in my mind has increased because I kind of count it like a two-parter, part one, part two.
Yeah.
So part one doesn't pay off until you finish part two, and so seeing it halfway, like when I first watched it and I didn't know what was going on, it was not like that I held my rating of it. Like, I liked it in general because it's a departure of everything else we've seen, but at the same time, it was nice to get the focus on Ellie and Joel and kind of see where their dynamics are here, especially with them entering stealth mode and running away from other humans, which is now the main story. But another thing that I liked about this not only was the hint of what was going to happen in the next episode, where
Yes.
Kathleen and her right hand man are like checking in on a room in a building where like there's clearly underground activity, and we're like, what the fuck? And they're like, yeah, we're not going to deal with that right now. And like, it looks like a problem, but I didn't think it was going to be what it was until watching the next episode. That was insane. Not saying anything right now because we're not on that episode.
So I actually did know what's going to be because I did watch the trailer for the show when the trailer came out. So that scene that you're now mentioning of episode 5, you see that in the trailer.
Really?
Yeah, you see.
That's so dumb. Why would they do that?
So
That's
one,
like a good climax. Fuck that.
exactly. It's a good climax. Now here comes my small personal worry. If you showed that big fucking climax on the trailer, and now we saw that climax on episode 5, we have 4 more episodes left. Are you telling me there's no going to be something in that level or even higher for the next 4 episodes?
think the stakes are pretty set high because of that kind of threat level, especially because we know what's going to happen basically to. Are we gonna feel like this episode is slightly merging into episode 5? So
it is, but I don't know. I want to try to have one episode per week.
Yeah.
We do have Kathleen while she's after Henry and Sam. So yes, in episode 5 and also in this episode, she tells us that the doctor,
The character we meet.
the character we meet, he saved, Henry and Sam at the cost of Kathleen's brother, and that's why she wants revenge.
Yeah.
So she wants to kill Henry and Sam.
We find out that Kansas was run by Fedra, and then they were abusive, so they took over. In this episode, it wasn't so mentioned. We get more of the details later on, but the people uprised, and then they're just basically taking out people who were related to Fedra in any shape or form.
Yeah.
And so we meet the doctor. We don't understand his full relevance, but she kills him. And
I think his alibi was so stupid. He's like, I held you when you were a baby.
That's not an alibi. That's just him trying to worm his way out of this.
Yeah. Okay. But still, like, really, you're going with that? Like, why would I give a fuck that you were there when I was born? Do you think I remember that? Do you think like? It's not as if you were to tell me I helped you birth your child. That's like, that's different. Like, I helped your mother birth you. I don't remember. Like, fuck you.
Old Dr. Man.
Exactly. Like, why? Like, I didn't understand that. Like, when he said that, I was like, yeah, fucking kill him. Like, no second thought, just kill him.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't integral anyways. They were just showing her character, which she's kind of lost grip. In episode 5, she had this stupid redundant speech, which was hilarious to me, because the way it was set up was just like, wow, I feel bad for a secondhand man just walking in and watching his boss be like obtusely open and honest and emotional with him. It's just like, that's a weird thing to walk in on, but we'll get into that in the next episode. Nonetheless, so yeah, then they get chased around, and then eventually Ellie and Joel make their way to a tall building, lots of stairs, and then they decide to crash for the night, and they lay a booby trap to make sure that they wake up. Lots of emphasis on, are you going to wake up? Are you going to wake up? Clearly, he's not going to wake up. As the end of the episode takes place with
Henry and Joel, with Henry and Sam holding a gun to them, and that's how Joel wakes up, which is different compared to the game. So over here it's like he falls asleep, he wakes up to this. In the game, they like go from one building to another building. They climb up a building into a window, and in one of the buildings they go through the window, and that's where you have Henry and Sam. So they accidentally stumbled to them. So
did Henry and Sam know about them? Like, did they also witness kind of their no. Okay, interesting.
Yeah. So
all right.
Also the big difference between the game and the show for this on this episode specifically, in the show you have this new government looking for Sam and Henry, and because they did capture Joel's vehicle, so like obviously they have a lot of weapons, which means Henry and Sam called them, so they are together. We need to, anyways, you have this new government, you have people looking for them. And the game itself, you don't have any of that. You do have people, like you do go into a town accidentally that you did not mean to be. Yes, there are a lot of bad people, but you're like trying to hide from them. They're not looking for you. They don't know you're over there.
Yeah.
they slowly figure out you're over there, and you just try to maneuver your way out of the town. And that's the difference. Like over here, you have they are looking for you. They know you're here. So that's like the difference between the two. But either way, it's a slow episode. It's not okay. It's not really a slow episode, but it's like not a lot happens in this episode, and it's a mainly a filler episode, just like you said, part 1 and part 2. This episode cannot be a standalone episode without episode 5.
Yeah, 100% agree.
Like it does have to go together to complete the bigger story between these two episodes, even though we're not going to talk about episode 5.
Yeah. I mean, because it's hard to watch and realize that like the premise of what you're watching is a two-parter, because you're constantly, I've noticed the show is constantly introducing us to people who will just come in and then come out, and it's like, especially like a side or like other like NPC characters, and you're just like, oh, okay, why? But at the same time, like it drives the story, it pushes it forward, so it's a little, so a lot of this time, if we're focusing on Joel and Ellie, would really be, how would you say, interesting per se, because just them hiding and chilling and just sitting or sleeping or whatever. Whereas with the rest of the characters, it's we're getting a little more flush out of the world and what people have been through and some of the circumstances that's going on. But we've had Tess, Bill and Frank, and now it's Kathleen, Kathleen, Sam, and
Henry.
Henry, thank you.
Yeah, spoilers for episode 5.
There's no spoilers. I didn't say anything. I'm not saying they all have the relevance of all of them dying at some point, but maybe. Hint. It's spoilers, obviously. Yes, Also, this is coming out after the release of episode 5, so if you're listening to this now, then you gotta catch up. But if you're enjoying our commentary, please let us know by leaving a comment down below.
If only.
Go to spoilers, obviously.
Yeah, to our Instagram. Yeah.
Spoilers Minastam.
Spoilers Minastam, yeah.
Is it in Hebrew? No, it's in spoilers, obviously, in English.
The English one is, spoilers, obviously. The Hebrew is spoiler Minastam.
On Instagram, you can find it that way, no?
I don't remember if I opened an Instagram. I should look.
You did. You follow my Reforge Radio. Let me just pull it up right now.
I think it's for the Hebrew one.
I think so as well.
I don't remember. Anyways, yes, that is like more or less the episode. We have Joel and Ellie basically captured. Are they going to die? What does Henry and Sam intend, even though we already know?
Dude, your last post on Spoilers Minastam was on September 15th, 2022.
I know.
Gotta get on your Insta game.
I know. I have. So like my life around September like got insanely busy. So it's like, I need to focus on shit. I'm now, as you can see, coming back to doing podcasts. So yeah. Anyways,
time.
Yeah. Anyways, I do believe. Oh wait, yeah. We also didn't have a flashback episode over here.
No, because we're going into a new scenario, so we don't have anybody to flash back on because we already know Joel's and we already know Tess, basically, and we know Bill and Frank, and now we just met Kathleen, so now we have nothing to go back on.
Yeah.
But don't worry, episode 5 gives you that flashback, nice and juicy.
A flashback of like 2-3 days.
11 days, technically.
11 days. Okay.
That's
Anyways,
it.
I didn't see the trailer for episode 6, but if I'm not mistaken, here is a spoiler. Oh wait, no. That's for episode 6. We're talking about episode 4. I won't say anything. Anyways, I do believe we got to the end of our episode for today. I'm your host, Joel.
For today. And I'm the guest, Moses Moon.
Moses the Moon.
That's me.
We are Spoilers, obviously. Give us 5 stars on Instagram, on Spotify. Yeah. It's almost 2 a.m. for us by the time of recording. I'll put the link for my Hebrew podcast in the bio and of Moses' Instagram radio show. And until then, we are Spoilers, obviously, and catch up us on the next episode. Bye.